Last paragraph suggests that the formation of synapses occurs most rapidly, and then they suggest different periods of life. So the correct answer to this question is going to be H. From the time a child is about 6 months old until the child is 10 years old rather. And the evidence for this comes near the end of the paragraph. It says, in the second half of the first year, this is the second half of the first year of the child's development, and first year is 12 months long, so this is from 6 months forward. Finds Chunagi, the prefrontal cortex, that is the seat of forethought and logics, forms synapses at a rate such that it consumes twice as much energy as an adult brain. If it's consuming a lot of energy, it must be happening quickly. And this furious pace continues for the child's first decade of life. The first decade, a decade is 10 years, so this is up until the child is 10 years old. And that's the evidence that this is the correct answer, H. Now, before we move on, I just want to point out why these other answers are not very good, because this can be a little confusing here. So F, during the first 2 months of a child's life. It turns out this is incorrect, and you can see this where it says synaptogenesis, and if you didn't know what that word meant, it's defined up above here. Synaptogenesis is the formation of synapses. It's just another word for that same thing. It says that synaptogenesis, let me switch colors, begins in the motor cortex about 2 months. So this is when you're greater than 2 months old, you're forming synapses, but this is talking about a time when you're less than 2 months old. So obviously that cannot be correct. This following one says in the first 9 months of life. Well, that includes the first 2 months, and we already said that nothing's happening there. So if this was the correct answer, it would have to say something like 2 months to 9 months. It couldn't be during just the first 9 months. So this is also incorrect because, again, no synapse formation during the first 2 months. And then the final answer, which is also incorrect, from the time a child is about 1 year old until that child is well into adolescence. Well, adolescence comes when you're becoming an adult, going from being a kid to being an adult, and much of adolescence happens when you're greater than 10 years old. But we already saw here that this furious pace continues until a child is about 10 years old. And so this does not continue well into adolescence. All of this points towards the correct answer, H.